any way possible for him to get this shot.
Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James.
Every NBA fan has heard that scoring wins games, but defense wins titles. Yes, we all love to see threes swishing through the net and players flying in the air finishing strong at the rim. But there are those who can be a lock at the defensive end and help their teams win. The best players of all time have made things happen on both ends of the floor, but there are also those guys who made a living out of doing the dirty work for their teams. So, in this video, we will look back at the top 10 NBA defensive players of all time. Number 10, Tony Allen. You know how difficult it is to make it to the NBA, especially if you do not stand out with your physicality, and even more if your offensive game is limited and you have started your career in a community college. Well, Tony Allen fits that description, but he not only made it to the NBA, but he spent 14 years in the league and became a champion. Allen was a man of duty, usually defending the best backcourt players on the other team. He was lucky enough to be selected by the Boston Celtics, who found him a perfect role. Allen had a major role in guarding Kobe Bryant when the Celtics won the NBA championship in 2008.
Kobe, toughest defender for you?
Tony Allen. That's easy. Tony Allen. My fault.
Really?
Yeah, he was the only one that wasn't crying for help.
Defender his whole career, but said when you play on losing teams, people are to get into the seams of this Celtic defense. You can't just settle on being a three-point shooter. Brian, he's a tough, hard-nosed defender. But in the conference finals, hurt his...
Kobe himself pointed out Allen as the player who played the best defense against him. Allen was named to the All-Defense First Team 3 times and also had 3 second-team selections. Number 9, Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace had even lower odds of making it to the NBA than Allen. Wallace also started his career at a community college, and being just a 6'9" center, he was undersized for the big league. He's a true example of how playing defense and getting the dirty work done can make you a career. When Wallace was traded from the Orlando Magic to the Detroit Pistons, he became a real beast. He was one of the shortest centers in the league, but probably the strongest one. He didn't back down against anybody, including Shaquille O'Neal, and earned the respect of the league. Wallace was one of the key players on the Pistons' 2004 championship team. Even though he never averaged more than 9.7 points per game, Wallace made 4 All-Star appearances. Big Ben won the Defensive Player of the Year award 4 times in a 5-year span and led the league in rebounds in 2002 and 2003. Number 8, Gary Payton. Gary Payton was one of the most charismatic players in the 1990s. He came into the league as the second pick in the 1990 NBA draft, selected by the Seattle Supersonics. Payton had Shawn Kemp by his side, and the two were the most hyped tandem in the league and the pair of players that brought the lob game to the NBA. In his 5th season in the league, Payton was named to the All-Defense First Team, which was the first such selection of 9 consecutive. So this guy was basically the best point guard defender for the entire decade. Payton earned the nickname The Glove for his ability to steal the ball and led the league in that category in 1996. That was the year when the Sonics made it to the NBA Finals, and Payton played a great defense on Michael Jordan, but that could not bring them anything more than 2 wins in the series. After 13 years in Seattle, Payton played for the Bucks, Lakers, and Celtics before winning the NBA championship in 2006 with the Miami Heat. Number 7, Michael Jordan. It is pretty strange to see Michael Jordan ranked 7th on any list that has anything to do with basketball. We're all aware of his greatness and that he has the highest career scoring percentage in NBA history, but he still makes it among the top 10 defenders ever. Most of all, MJ was a huge competitor, and he was not just about making it rain on the offense. He was into playing great defense as well. In 1988, his 4th season in the league, Michael Jordan won the Defensive Player of the Year along with the MVP trophy, making him one of only 3 players in NBA history to win both awards in the same season. You probably know that he led the league in scoring in a record 10 seasons, but he also led the league 3 times in steals. He is 4th on the all-time list in steals per game and has been named to the All-Defense First Team 9 times. Number 6, Kevin Garnett. If there's a player who takes pride in playing defense, That is definitely Kevin Garnett. He was the first high school player to make it to the NBA in 2 decades when he joined the Minnesota Timberwolves in 1995. KG quickly changed the power forward position with his great movement and the ability to defend players in literally every position on the court. Garnett was a regular double-double machine, and he made the right move when he demanded a trade in 2007 and ended up in Boston. He was the key player on the Celtics team that won the NBA championship in 2008, the same season when he won the Defensive Player of the Year award. KG gets the credit for being a great leader on the defensive end and one of the most vocal players the league has ever seen. The 2004 NBA MVP is second on the all-time list in defensive rebounds, 15th in total rebounds, and 19th in total steals. Number 5. Scottie Pippen. You're probably not used to seeing Scottie Pippen being ranked higher than Jordan on any list, but when we talk about defense, Robin was actually better than Batman. Pippen is the best perimeter defender in NBA history. He joined the Bulls in 1987 when Jordan was in his 4th NBA season, and Pippen was the reason for the Bulls' transition from a good team to an NBA champion. It was no secret that the Bulls were Jordan's team, and Pippen made himself a vital part of it with his defensive contributions. Pippen was the one who was usually guarding the best scorers on the opposite team, leaving Jordan to do his thing on the offensive end. Pippen was named to 8 All-Defense First Teams, and he did that for 8 consecutive years, from 1992 to 1999. Pippen is 8th all-time in total steals and 18th in steals per game. Number 4. Dikembe Mutumbo. Dikembe Mutombo is one of the true NBA centers from the 1990s and 2000s. He allowed no easy points in his career. Born in Congo, Mutombo had a tough road to the NBA. But once he made it to the big league, he won the heart of every NBA fan. Mutombo was known as one of the best shot blockers of his time, and he made a name for himself by waving his finger every time he blocked a shot. He started his career with the Denver Nuggets, and in 1994, they became the first 8th seed to eliminate the 1st seed in the Western Conference. After moving to the Atlanta Hawks, Mutombo became a regular All-Star. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award 4 times, in 1995, 1997, 1998, and 2001, and interestingly was named to the All-NBA First Team only on 3 occasions. Mutombo led the league in blocks 3 times and twice in rebounds. He is 2nd on the all-time blocks list and 6th all-time in blocks per game. Number 3. Dennis Rodman. The Worm is one of the most charismatic and controversial players in NBA history. He went from being homeless and going through a community college to becoming the bad boy of the NBA and one of the best defenders in the history of the game. Only once in 14 years in the league has Rodman averaged double digits in points, but he did so 10 times in rebounds. He started his career in Detroit in 1986 and won 2 championships with the Pistons. He had one of the key roles in the Pistons' 3 consecutive playoff wins over the Bulls, as he was defending Jordan and Pippen, often going too hard on them. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 1990 and 1991, before moving to San Antonio in 1993. After 2 seasons with the Spurs, Rodman joined the Bulls and became a teammate with his previous enemies. He was often reckless, but he always did his job on the court. Rodman was an important piece of the Bulls team that won 3 consecutive championships from 1996 to 1998. He led the league in rebounds in 7 consecutive seasons from 1992 to 1998 and was named to the All-Defense First Team 7 times. Number 2. Bill Russell. Bill Russell is one of the first true legends in NBA history. The Boston Celtics had to make real magic to land him in the 1956 NBA draft. When Russell got into the league, his offensive limitations were exposed, but what he was doing on the defensive end made him a legend and brought the Celtics 11 NBA championships in the 13 seasons Russell played in the league. Being 6'10", Russell was a great athlete, being able to grab every rebound and block a lot of shots, while still running fast in the offense. Russell won 5 MVP awards, and he was the first player to win the award in 3 straight years. Russell led the league in rebounds 4 times, and averaged as many as 24.7 rebounds per game in the 1963-64 season. In his career, Russell averaged 15.1 points and 22.5 rebounds per game. Russell is 2nd all-time in both total rebounds and rebounds per game. He is one of just 2 NBA players to have grabbed more than 50 rebounds in a game. Number 1. Hakeem Olajuwon. And on top of our list as the best defender in NBA history, we have Hakeem Olajuwon. He goes as one of the best centers of all time, whose footwork is something that any player, even today, can only wish for. With his 7-foot, 255-pound body frame, Olajuwon was tall and massive enough to handle all the centers in his time, such as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Patrick Ewing, Shaquille O'Neal, and others. What made Olajuwon stand out was his quickness, as he could react so fast when the player he was guarding was trying to shoot. Olajuwon is the all-time leading blocker with 3,830 blocks and is ranked 10th on the steals list, being the highest-ranked center. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 1993 and 1994 and was named 5 times to the All-Defense First Team. Olajuwon also led the league in rebounds twice and 3 times in blocks per game. He led the Houston Rockets to back-to-back NBA championships in 1994 and 1995. What did you think about our list? Who did we miss? Who would you replace? Be sure to leave us a comment down below.